Hey friend, and welcome back to RGD Gaming, the least toxic, most fun community in all of gaming. It's been a minute since I made a video, and if you're a returning viewer, I missed everyone. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Bill, a solo queue ADC specialist returning to the Rift after 18 months off. I'm a challenger, rank 2 misfortune. I hit rank 600 playing solo queue ADC in normal rank with a 54% win rate. I'm going to be streaming my climb from Diamond to Challenger this season. I'll put my stream in the description. If you want to ask questions, hang out, watch me live, check out the stream. I'm going to talk about today the least appreciated champion on the Rift. She somehow makes S tier in everybody's list, but then never gets talked about after that. I'm going to teach you how to play Sivir, from laning to objectives to team fights, and I'll talk about her build at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. Let's start with the laning phase. Sivir is the double-edged sword of laning because she is the best ADC at laning in the game, but the problem is she is very weak early. So what I am doing literally every single match is I am texting before the game and I'm telling my teammates I am weak early, I can't go in unless the enemy makes a mistake or if we get a really good gank. So I'm just saying I'm weak early, don't do anything crazy. If the enemy makes a mistake, then we can step up, take advantage of it here. We had a little bit of a dicey start there where there was some fighting early, which I don't like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my first ability, and I'm going to use that to last hit minions as needed. And then as soon as I get my second ability, I can clear waves very quickly. Even early on, she can clear waves very quickly. And so you see here, I see Warwick. So what am I doing? I'm going in for the engage. I'm starting the fight. And then what are we going to do after that? We're going to target the Lucian. We don't mind that the Janna went down, because if we get the kill versus the Lucian, the gold is so much better on me. And then same thing, we're going to go after the Leona after that, place a cam in that bush, so that way when Leona tries to get away, we can get him. And we appreciate what Warwick did there. He knows we're weak early, and so he helped us out, helped us get a little bit of gold. We're going to power farm this wave, and then get a reset in. We got to back up a little bit. We took too long there, unfortunately. We got to back up. I don't love the recall, but that's all right. You can see our gold, so we are a little bit ahead, and that is absolutely perfect. And now when I go back to lane, okay, I'm ahead of Lucian, so in theory I'm stronger. He's probably still stronger than me right now, and so I am not going to try to necessarily bully him, although they're respecting us way too much here. But I'm not going to just go in, shove the wave under tower, and pretend like I'm the stronger champion. If we get hit by Leona hits us with their combo where they jump in, root us, stun us with their first ability, and then stun us with their ultimate, and some combination of that, we're in big trouble. And especially if they get, like, they have Katarina that's going to roam, and so we have to be aware of that and make sure that we don't get overzealous and get too far ahead of ourselves just because we had a good early game. I see a lot of people do that, like they get a little bit ahead and then they get excited, and so you can see my positioning, very safe. Even right now you can see I have Warwick coming. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm trying to start the engage now that I have Warwick, but we are getting rotated on, so this ends up turning into a bad spot. I'm going to use my ultimate and try to save Warwick. Fortunately it doesn't work, and we just get dove. I mean, it's a lot of CC and a lot of damage between Lucian, Cat, Graves, and Leona, and that's going to happen. We have time to take down the mid tower as well, so what we should be thinking about right now is getting mid, let Twisted Fate farm up there, and the dragons coming up. You'll notice they make a pretty critical mistake. They're trying to get this tower, the tier 1 tower, which I like the idea, except they're there way too long. Dragons spawning, and so we're able to jump on them through this wave out, and they're going to basically give us dragon for free, which would be fine if they're rotating to the other side of the map and going to trade objectives, but now they're going to be behind. And so what are we thinking about here? We put a cam for safety, and now we're looking at our map and we're noticing, okay, Lucian is in the middle lane, Leona is in the middle lane. They're going to let us farm. So watch my gold here. When they leave you alone, especially as Sivir, you can power farm this. So you use your second ability on the tower, and you'll see that your bounces actually bounce the minion. So first ability through the wave, second ability, target the tower, you're going to bounce, you're going to clear the waves. And I got like 1500 gold right there because they made a mistake, rotated to the objective, and basically just gave me a free tower there. I love a good objective rotation just as much as the next guy, but you have to realize that when that tier 1 tower is still there, and you're just going to let the other ADC, whether it's you or the other team, just free farm that thing, there is a lot of gold on that tower. If you get a couple of waves, I think I got 2 or 3 waves, and then most of the plates on the tower here. And then after I take that tower, what am I doing? I'm rotating to mid, looking to take that tower in mid. And then we're taking a team fight here. We're able to get the shutdown, so that's beautiful. And then we're trying to get cat. Let's see if we do. We do with our bounces, so that's perfect. And now we're getting pretty low, so we got to back up out of there. And position is so critical with Sivir. You see, actually, I mean, I get a little bit excited, but once you have control of the fight, you can get really aggressive. So what you're doing is you're using your ultimate to give your team... Oh, look at this juicy wave, by the way. Like, look at this clear. So satisfying. And you can just clear that so fast. And that's another thing about Sivir as well, that even late game... So she is a late game champion. But when the enemy team gets a Baron and they get a big wave, you can clear it so quickly with your first and second abilities. And so you'll see I'm positioning, I'm staying back, and what are we waiting for? We're really waiting for them to make a mistake. So they jump up, and we're going to try to get the Leona here. We get a double kill out of it, Warwick does, and now I'm using my first ability to stall Cat's recall. We're going to take this tower, and so what are we doing in the team fight? We're staying back, waiting for the enemy to use their abilities. As soon as they do, we're popping our ultimate, we're throwing our first ability, we're triggering our second ability, and we're going in and we're just firing. The beautiful part about it is you're going to want to target some champions some of the time, but you're really just going for the bounces, so you can play back, play much safer, and let your bounces do that damage, and just let the enemy soak up all that damage from you, right? So here, we see Garen is coming in a little bit deep, and we're confident we're going to be able to kill him here, right? And so we're going to take this kill, and then what are we doing? We don't have a ton of mana, but we see that we got a half a wave up on the top side of the map, and another wave coming. So we're going to clear that very quickly, and then we're going to back off, reset. Okay, so you'll see the pattern. We're going to take waves very quickly, and then we're going to position for team fights very safely, and then we pop our ultimate. I use Flashed and the Speed Burst for my summoning spells, and so I'm going to be so fast that I can jump in as soon as I want. Okay, we've got another fight breaking out, and Leona's going to be here and just take these hits. So position safely. Okay, now we got it. We're going to go get the kill on Lucian. Warwick steals it, that's okay. We're in a bit of a bad spot, but we can put out a lot of damage. We've got Janna shielding us, and we also have our block to block the first ability that hits us as well. So that's another thing with Sivir, is her third ability is a block, which is beautiful. I used to play a game called Vainglory that they had a reflex block, and I love that. And that's effectively what Sivir has, is she's going to be able to block off enemy abilities. Okay, we don't need to take another fight here. And so what are we going to do? We're going to steal the enemy jungle. We're going to let Warwick take that blue buff, and then we'll grab it. I could give it to Janna, but we're going to take it here because we really want our abilities. One thing Sivir does struggle with mana a little bit in the early game, so you have to watch that, especially if you're going to fire off the second ability. And now, should we take this fight? The answer is no. They were able to shop. We need to back off. There's 4 of them there and 3 of us here. And so we're going to rotate through our jungle, start taking our jungle camps because we're doing really well. Let Warwick pop the red buff for us. We'll grab that. And now we see that they're on Baron. And so here we go. We'll watch the position. Well, Twisted Fate's going in. I think Warwick's going to end up jumping the wall. We've got Janna behind us. But we also have Lucian and Cat that are kind of behind us as well. So we're going to position forward towards the Leona. Dodge that Lucian. And then what are we going to do? We're going to turn. And once we know that the fight is much more comfortably won, we'll kill the Cat. And then we're going to chase them down here. Now let's see if we can get the Graves. He's going to have a tough time getting out of this. We're going to try to just put a little bit of damage, and we get him. Okay, so we want to fight. We're going to take objectives. So we're going to cruise through this tower, take this. We're pinging towards Baron. So we take the tower, rotate to Baron. And now here's a critical mistake that I see people make all the time. Stop doing this. Cat and Leona are coming to Baron. They need to just clear waves and save themselves. But instead, Leona dives in, Cat dives in, 2 versus 5. They both die, and now what are they going to do? There's three of us. Lucian ults, he's going to get caught out as well, and they're effectively giving us the game there. Same thing, Graves. They're coming in one at a time against the five of us to just die. Do not do that with Baron. Go clear the waves. Like, Garen's actually making the right play. They should be pushing their waves out. That way they can survive the Baron push and live to fight another day because they were behind at that point. Here I'll show you my build on Sivir. We're going to start with Gluttonous Greaves, move then into Bloodthirster, Navari Quickblades. The next item is usually Mortal Reminder, but sometimes we'll go Infinity Edge if the enemy ends up not building as much tank as we want. Then we want Mortal Reminder. The last item can be a little bit different. It can be Black Cleaver. If you need Guardian, you can go Guardian. If the enemy has a lot of stuns, you can go Edge of Night, but usually your block is going to be enough to take care of that along with positioning. We're always going with Lethal Tempo, Brutal, Giant Slayer, because you're really not going to be playing Sivir unless they have giants that you want to kill, Alacrity, and then I always go Bone Plating just for the protection. Summoner spells, we're going Ghost and Flash for escapability and to engage.